You were a little kid when you first came aboard.
9 years
Bill.
old was the first time I came aboard the Constitution.
Historical novelist William Martin has some history with Chronicle.
Going all the way back to 1996 when my novel about the history of the Navy came out, and Peter Mahegan interviewed me aboard the USS Constitution.
Many people come up to me today and say, oh, I still like Back Bay the most of all the books. I always say, no, wait till you read the next one.
17 years and 8 books later, we find Martin still living in Weston, but with a new favorite book for folks to discover.
December 41 is a World War II thriller about a German assassin whose job it's going to be, once the war starts, to get to Washington, D.C. and shoot Franklin Roosevelt on the night that he lights the national Christmas tree. And naturally, the good guys are going to try to stop him.
The premise, as is often the case with historical fiction, is based on an actual event, recorded by British Pathé.
For the labor and the suffering and the ultimate victory which lie ahead.
It gives you a tremendous sense of where the crowd was and of where you can place your fictional characters in a scene like this.
Such study and attention to detail have always been the hallmark of a William Martin story.
I always try to make the universe, the world of the story, as vivid as I possibly can.
For this book, Martin traveled across the country to California and the remnants of an actual training ground used by German sympathizers tucked into the Los Angeles hills.
It was called the Murphy Ranch, though there was no Murphy and it wasn't a ranch. The rumor always was that this was to have been Hitler's Western White House.
Another location that plays prominently in the book is the Santa Fe Super Chief, a cross-country luxury train popular in the 1940s.
It was called the Grand Hotel on Wheels. I was in California and drove to the Sacramento Railroad Museum, where they have the actual dining car that I write about in the book. And I walked onto that car and I said, I'm in a scene in my novel. And I took pictures of everything, including the pictures of the menu.
Sirloin steak for one, $1.60.
I just love folding the little details like that into the story because they make everything become real to the reader. It was the largest radio audience in history.
The book starts with Roosevelt's speech the day after Pearl Harbor. And though students of history may think they know how this ends, our previous chat with Martin proves you never know.
Historical novelist believes that you never let the facts get in the way of a good story.
It's easy to get lost in historical fiction, but in Holliston, Bobby Blair, affectionately dubbed the Mayor of Mudville by locals, is hoping to preserve historical facts.
The main reason is posterity. The last history book that was written about town was in 1974.
His focus? Documenting the lives of Holliston veterans through pictures and stories dating back to the Revolutionary War. He's written 2 volumes, A Holliston Call to Duty and A Holliston Oath to Support and Defend.
Even the Historical Society didn't have as many pictures as I did.
The book preserves history by adding context and detail to many stories that, like these faded gravestones, would be otherwise lost to time.
It's the grave of Staples Chamberlain, captain.
He was the town moderator, and the state of Massachusetts mandated that any city or town with men in the Continental Army supply them with a shirt, breeches, socks, and shoes.
So in late January 1780, he packed up a horse and wagon to deliver the supplies through the Berkshires to Albany, New York, before continuing on to Valley Forge.
There was no AAA, there was no radio, no heat in the wagon. This guy was an American patriot.
And it's Blair's hope that in telling these local stories, Chamberlain and the many men and women of Holliston like him throughout history will not be forgotten.
The story of Holliston bootmaker Sergeant Silas Cobb can be found in A Holliston Call to Duty. Cobb was on duty at a Navy Yard bridge in 1865 on the night President Lincoln was assassinated. Cobb encountered assassin John Wilkes Booth that night, but with no knowledge of the attack on the president, he let Booth cross.